Yes, people, hope everyone is well. Today we're going to be doing another episode of the live buy-in on Vinted to see how much money I can make in a small amount of time. So if you're new to the channel, I've done a couple of these videos in the past, and every single time everyone has seemed to love them. They've been really beneficial and given a lot of people some knowledge in their reselling journey. As always, I'm going to be using my Vinted monitor that I've set up in my private server, which all of you guys can get access to with the link at the top of the description. So if you do get to the end of this video and you think maybe I do want to go and make a bit of extra money for myself on the side, and all of the tools are going to be available to you right there. As always, at the bottom right of the screen there's going to be a total profit counter. I'm going to be adding and totaling up all of the expected profits just from today's video. Just like I do every day, I'm going to jump on there now for about 30 to 40 minutes and let's see how much money we can make in that gap. Okay, so now I'm sat on my desk, and as you can see on the screen, this is exactly what a Vinted monitor looks like. So pretty much it's a tool that can ping every single item that's being listed onto a certain category into a server. Now I know that may sound a little bit technical, so let me break it down for you. So I'm not sure if any of you guys have tried this before, but when you are scrolling manually on the standard Vinted app, you've got to sit there refreshing constantly. It's really tedious, it lags a lot, you miss a lot of items, and it's just generally a lot slower, and you'll spend way more time trying to pick up stock. As you can see with the monitor, I'm not even touching anything and it's refreshing it for me, which makes it a lot easier for me to keep track of what's going on and make sure that I'm not missing any items. Now for the purpose of today's video, I am going to be using the monitor on my computer. The monitor is actually available to you guys no matter what device you are on, whether that be an iPhone, a Samsung, a tablet, iPad, laptop, PC. You are not restricted to just a computer. You can use it on any device, like I said. And if you couldn't tell, I do live inside of the UK. If you don't and you do still want to get into Vinted reselling, then that's not a problem. In my server, we've got monitors and filters that are scanning over 15 different European countries 24/7. So let me give you some examples. You can see on the screen here, we got France, Belgium, Spain, Poland, Sweden, Italy, Netherlands, Portugal, Luxembourg, Finland, Denmark. There's Croatia, Ireland, Czech, and so many more that I haven't mentioned. But let's try buying some items and making some money. Okay, so some Air Max 270s just came up here in a small size 6. I've pressed the little fast buy button on them here. Let's see if we are able to get them. Okay, so you can see there in the bottom right, it just came up saying the purchase was successful. Okay, so from looking at the photos, they do seem to be in quite good condition. There's a few little scuffs on the bottom, which isn't really going to affect the value too much. So we picked these up for about £13 all in. With Air Max 270s, I'm constantly selling them for around £20 to £25. So we'll be selling these ones at £23 to receive a quick sale, leaving us with a £10 profit. We was only filming there for about 2 minutes, so to make that much money in that small amount of time was still great. Okay, so some Air Force Ones just popped up here in really good condition, the size UK 9 at £15. So I've pressed the fast buy option. Let's see if we can get them. Okay, so you can see here the purchase was successful. Let's take a look at them to make sure that they're not creased, damaged or anything. Okay, so just from looking at the photos here, you can literally see the front has no creasing whatsoever, and overall they're just in really nice condition. Like, they're going to clean up so well. Leather shoes always seem to clean up the best as well, so I know I'm going to be able to get these spotless. So Air Force Ones are a bit of a funny one. You can sell them for anywhere between £30 to £40. Now this is a pretty nice colorway and they're in even better condition, so I'm going to be selling these at £35. And we got them for about £18 all in, so that's going to be another £17 of profit on the counter. Right, I just had to jump off for 20 minutes quickly just to go walk the dog because she's really hot downstairs. It's boiling in the UK at the minute. Okay, some Air Max 95s just came up here in a size UK 8. They seem to be in nice condition. They're at a really good price as well. So we've pressed fast buy and you can see at the bottom right there, the purchase was successful. Let's take a look at them. Okay, so we've got some discoloration on the mesh at the front. That's not going to affect the value too much because I know I'm going to be able to clean that up. There doesn't seem to be any scuffs, any bad marks or anything like that. So that's a really nice pickup. So we got them for about £28 all in. Now Air Max 95s in the big sizes, I'm constantly selling them for anywhere between £45 to £60. Now I'm going to be getting a quick sale on these at £50, and like I said, we got them for about 30 all in, so we'll call that another £20 of profit. Okay, some Nike Pegasus Trail 4s just came up here at a really good price. I've pressed fast buy on them. You can see the purchase was successful. Okay, so they seem to be in really nice condition. You can see by the photos here, there's literally nothing wrong with them. Now I've sold a few pairs of these in my time, and even in the small sizes, you can get around £38 to £40 for them. In the big sizes, I know for a fact I'm going to be listing this up for around £45. But anyway, I got them for about £23 all in, so that's going to be another £22 of profit on the counter. Okay, so some Nike Huaraches just came up here in a small size 5 for around a tenner. So I've pressed fast buy on them and we was able to pick them up, as you can see here. But we'll take a look at them quickly. So you can see I am buying these off a reseller, but he obviously doesn't know the market value on them, so he's got them up for way too cheap. So that means he's already cleaned them for me, so I'm not going going to be wasting any time doing that. Now, to anyone that has watched my channel before, you are going to know that Huaraches are one of my favorite shoes to resell, just because a lot of other resellers are sleeping on them every single day, because people do have the perception that they do no longer hold any real value. Now, I'm picking them up constantly and selling them just as quick as they're coming in. So these ones here, I got them for about £13 all in. I'm going to be selling them at £24 to receive a quick sale. It's going to be another £11 of profit on the counter. I thought I'd just jump in this video quickly to tell you a method on how I'm selling all of these things that I'm picking up so quickly. And that's because I'm cross-listing onto other selling platforms like eBay, Depop, rather than just listing them onto Vinted. And doing that manually can be quite tedious and time consuming. I'm all about saving time, and that's why I use a tool called Sellerator. And since I started using Sellerator, I've made a ton of money. Sellerator is a really user-friendly tool that can cross-list all of your items from one selling platform onto another in just a few clicks, which is going to save you a lot of time and effort. And it also has a relister tool as well. So when your Vinted listings are drying up and getting a little bit stale and failing to get a lot of interaction, you can go onto Sellerator, select your listings, and it will delete them and re-upload them automatically with the exact same photos, titles, and description, which basically means you're going to have a fresh listing that's been put onto Vinted for all of the people to see it for the first time again, which is going to increase your sales massively. If you do want to use Sellerator just like I do, make sure you do click on the link in the description. If you use that link, you're going to be getting a 2-week free trial and around £8 off your first month. Let's get back to making some more money on the monitor. Okay, some Nike Air Vapor Max Oreos came up here in a size UK 8 for around £20. We've pressed fast buy on them, and of course we was able to pick them up. We'll take a look at these as well. Okay, so you can see from the photos, these are in immaculate condition. They look really, really nice. So Vapor Maxes, I'm constantly selling them in the big sizes for around £45, especially the Flyknit ones. Now, we got these ones for about £23 all in. We're going to be selling them for £45 to get a quick sale, so that's going to be another £22 of profit on the counter. Okay, so Adidas Gazelles just came up here for only £3. Press fast buy on them. I know I'm going to be able to get them just because of how powerful the monitor is. And of course, your purchase was successful. I just want to make sure that these aren't fake, so let's take a look at them. So the condition on them is pretty nice. They're in a big size UK 11, and obviously there's no photos of the tags there or anything, so I'll have a look at that when they arrive. But because I got these for around £5 all in, I'll probably list these up for around £23 to £25. So we'll call that another £18 of profit on the counter. That was a banger, a pair of Adidas shoes for £3. Okay, so you've seen me use it a couple of times in this video now, but the reason why I'm able to pick up all of these items so easily is because of this little button right here that I'm circling around that says fast buy. Now, the reason why this is so beneficial is because I only have to press one button and the code will automatically purchase the item for me. But to anyone that doesn't know, when you are on the standard Vinted app, you've got to make about 5 different steps before you are actually able to secure that item. So on the app, you see the item, then you've got to click on it, then you've got to press buy now in the bottom right, then you've got to scroll down, then select the shipping point, and then press purchase. So if you compare that to me, who's only pressing one button on the monitor, you can understand that you're never going to stand a chance. Okay, some Air Max 90s just came up here in really nice condition, the size 10.5 for only £10. Now, these retail at around £180, but I've pressed fast buy on them. Hopefully we're able to get them. And of course, we was able to pick them up really easily with the fast buy. So these are in really, really nice condition. You can see by the photos here, there's absolutely nothing wrong with them. There's a little bit of mud down here, but this is going to clean off really easily when I do hit them with the drill. So Air Max 90s in the big sizes, I'm selling them all the time for anywhere between £40 to £50. Now, just because there's quite a cool pattern on these and they are in such nice condition, I'm going to be listing these ones up for £48. So we got them for around £13 all in. So that's going to be another £35 of profit. So there's another massive benefit on this server that's allowing me to pick up the items so easily. And I'll tell you that right now. So on the monitor, we're actually seeing the items that are being listed onto Vinted around 8 to 15 seconds before they actually show up on the standard Vinted app. I'll even show you a clip on the screen here. So on the left hand side, you can see I've got the monitor, and on the right hand side, I've got my phone on the standard app. Now, if you take a look at that black North Face beanie and that purple North Face coat, look how much quicker it's showing up on the monitor compared to the actual app. Now, this may not be hours and hours of time, but it's definitely enough time for you to press fast buy on that item 5 times over before someone's even got a chance to see it. Another reason why my monitor is taking over the game and helping people make so much money. And since I've started using my own monitor, my profits have increased by 1000%, because it means I can invest less time into picking up stock because it's way more consistent, and I'm also just making more money inside of that small amount of time. Okay, some Nike shocks just came up here. They literally look brand new with the box as well, which is also massive. Press fast buy on them. Hopefully we are able to get them, and of course the purchase was successful. Let's take a look at these right now. Okay, so we got these for about £29 all in, and you can see just from the photos, these do look immaculate. So I actually had a friend that sold a pair of these last week in a size 5 at £65. So I know I'm going to be selling these for around the same price. I don't really sell a lot of shocks, to be honest, but I'm going to be listing these up at 60 to get a quick sale. And like I said, we got them for £29 all in, so that's going to be another £31 of profit on the counter. Okay, so I've jumped off of the monitor now. I'm going to flash up all of the potential profits that I do expect to make from today's video on the screen now. Considering I was only sat on there for 30 to 35 minutes, I really don't think that amount of money's that bad going. And like I said, you can use this monitor on your phone, laptop, PC, any device that you want, which means you don't just have to be restricted and sat at your desk just like I was today. It means you could be on a long car or train journey. You could be on your lunch break at school or work. It just means you can make a consistent profit on the monitor from absolutely anywhere. Now, obviously in the server, the monitor is the main tool that we do promote. That's the thing that's going to make you the most profit. But if you're like me when you first started reselling, you may be sat there watching this video right now and thinking, how on earth am I going to know exactly what to buy just like this guy does? And if you are the person that's thinking that, then don't worry, I've got something for you. So in my server, I've designed something called the price guide, which is a document that you get full access to as soon as you join. And it shows you the name of the item as well as a photo to accompany that, because a lot of people these days, when they are listing stuff for so cheap, they're not going to be listing it as the exact model. So rather than seeing Air Max 90s or Air Max 95s in the title, you're going to be seeing a lot of listings like Nike trainers or Nike hoodie, which means then you can match up the photos from the listing to the price guide to know exactly what you have bought. And as well as the name and the photo, it shows you exactly what price you want to aim to be buying for and exactly what price you want to aim to be selling for as well. So it's literally a document that tells you exactly how to make a big profit in the start of your reselling journey. The reason why it's so good as well is because it gives you a lot of independence. It saves you from having to ask any of the admins 100 questions a day, like, is this a good pickup? Am I going to make money on this? It means you can just check it yourself at any time of the day. And the beauty of Vinted reselling is that you can just cancel the order and get a full and immediate refund. You also get full and immediate access to over 10 hours of virtual video learning, which is going to give you another big head start in reselling. And like I said, the link is going to be right at the top of the description. Right now, it's the cheapest to join that it's ever been. Make sure you do not miss out on that opportunity. The reviews in the server have been absolutely spectacular as well. I'll put a couple on the screen right now for you to see. I had a 13-year-old kid message me last week that's joined the server saying he made over £2,500 of profit just last month. I mean, when I was 13 years old, I don't know about you guys, I was still sat playing FIFA and Fortnite. I wasn't making that much money. But I'm going to be wrapping this video up now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure making it once again. Hopefully this gives you a bit of an insight into how much money you can make in this side hustle. If you do want to see my face again, make sure you do smash that subscribe button. I've got tons of other videos that cover different parts of Vinted reselling as well, so make sure you do go and check them out. And if you did enjoy this video in particular, make sure you do smash that like button and drop a comment as well and give me some video ideas that I can publish in the future. I read every single comment, so make sure you do drop something down there. But that's enough of me talking today. I'll see you later.